It's the Summer of MeeVees. You remember that, right?
Yep.
MeeVees?
Yes, sir. We're
All right.
back.
We're back. We're back to talk nerd alert, nerd shit. And the nerdiest thing to happen today is the Acolyte.
Yes.
Star Wars is back in my life, and I'm very happy about that.
Star
Lewis,
Wars
I'm
is
sure
back,
you
baby.
are too.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Well, I said Star Wars is back. And then
Because
Tabs was over enthusiastic.
got excited too.
I got excited. No,
I got
Acolyte?
it in surround sound. So
Yeah. No, but
5.1 surround.
Yeah.
But I think we were maybe 5 minutes into the episode, and I was like, "Star Wars is back, baby!" Like this was. I'm just gonna say it first. I thought it was great. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Oh yeah, let's do a round table of thumbs up or thumbs down. So you are obviously thumbs up.
I want to see more. I'm interested in the story. I think it looks great. I'm in. They sold me.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and say that Space Wizards and Laser Swords, baby. It's back, and I'm loving it. Watched the first 2 episodes, and was pleasantly surprised. I thought the writing was well done. I thought the acting was well executed. I think the goofiness of the characters is acceptable.
Yeah.
The comedy that they give every so often, I think, is appropriate. But I am also curious to hear Lewis's take because
certified hater over here.
Certified hater has takes. He even texted me earlier and said, I'm 5 minutes in, I already have a hot take.
Oh, I bet I know.
No, actually, I liked it a lot for the so if you're listening to this pod, they've only dropped the first 2 out of 6 or 7 episodes that they're planning on doing.
Oh, is that it? I was hoping for 8.
Okay. Yeah, this new streaming format is very interesting. It's only it was 8-10 episodes at most if you're lucky.
At most,
at most.
And this one only has 6, right?
Oh wow.
I think you're right. I thought I saw a schedule that said 6, so it's even shorter.
And for half-hour shows, that's not a lot, dude.
That is not a whole lot. No.
Yeah, I mean, the extended cut of Phantom Menace, I think, was 4 hours. So it's not that we ever talk about that.
Excuse me, sir. It's the Phantoms of the Menace.
The Phantoms of the Menace. Thank you.
By the way, I am such a terrible host, Lewis. If I can cut you off real quick.
Yeah, what's
Erik Fontanez here.
He was so excited.
Yeah, I was so excited about Star Wars. I forgot to introduce everybody who's on the pod tonight. I am Erik, as always. And then I've got the beautiful, wonderful, wonderful, beautiful Tabithanos herself here to spit the game. And then we have Luis Sayo.
Let's go. El Boogie in the house.
El Boogie representing the San Fernando Valley 818. What up? What up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the Nerd Alert trio. We always talk TV and movies, and I felt it appropriate that we have a midweek emergency podcast to discuss.
Stop what
premiere.
You're
doing. Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I love Star Wars.
I know. He even called me on his afternoon break and said, "Hey, are you going to have dinner ready in time to watch Star Wars at 6?" I was like, it might be a little bit later. He's like, "Nope, scrap that. We're buying dinner, watching it right at 6. I don't care. No delays."
There is no lie to that. I was absolutely no, this is the highest of priorities. That this needs to happen. So whatever we need to do, let's make it happen. Money is no object. So anyway, me, Tabs, El Boogie, we're here to talk The Acolyte, review it, discuss it, shit on it if we need, but I'm not going to be doing that. But Lewis, again, what's your take?
No, well, actually, dude, it's funny. You said it's Space Swords and Space Wizards. Actually, the first 2 episodes so far is it's space martial arts, dude. I am digging the vibe so far. Yeah. I like the feel. I know a lot of the Star Wars show on Disney Plus. It's hit and miss. They're trying to find different vibes in the different corners of the Star Wars universe. I like that this one. I don't know as much lore as you do, Erik, but I do like that this is, at least for aesthetics wise, it is very like martial arts, little dirty, like low key in
Dirty.
that universe.
Ugh.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
obviously spaceships and aliens, but it seems very visceral, especially like
Yes.
and if I may, I'm gonna jump right into my hot take, especially when you cast Carrie Ann Moss,
Yes.
freaking
Oh.
Trinity from
Trinity
the Matrix
herself.
from the
And then
Matrix
you're going to
universe.
do her dirty like that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was my hot take.
Yep.
Like as soon as they introduced her, like,
Mhm.
oh, like Trinity's a Jedi. Excellent.
And she was badass. She was
Right?
so good. Her
Loved it.
stoicism and her, like you were saying,
Mhm.
martial arts versus
Yeah.
not really using the lightsaber. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I thought she was
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
Loved her.
it's great that like in the 2 episodes, yes, they showed off their lightsabers, but they actually never like used it.
They never really.
but-
She did a little
No.
bit, Carrie
Yeah,
Ann
she-
Moss,
she
but
did-
that was about it.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, she did some posing with it to intimidate, but
Yeah.
then she said like, I like the little lore too, like when that little interaction between her and May.
Mhm.
It's like you don't
Mhm.
pull it out unless you're ready to kill someone. I'm
Yeah, I love.
like,
Oh,
ooh. See, I like. I
Sorry.
take you to anywhere. But yeah, dude, like it's interesting, and I love the fact that they cast Carrie Ann Moss. I'm very disappointed that
Mhm.
they offed her in the first 10 minutes, but
Mhm.
but I'm I'm hoping that in the next 4 episodes or however many episodes are left,
Flashbacks.
Mhm.
right, flashbacks. They teased it. They explain like something happened to these twins that are
Yeah.
intrinsically what's this guy's name?
Soul.
Soul, thank you. And the other Jedi are involved in. So of course we're gonna see what everybody else did before then. So I'm optimistic that we'll see more of her. And that's basically what I. So anyway, that's my first hot take.
Yeah.
Love
No,
love
I
the
agree.
casting. I am in so far. 2 episodes in. I'm down. I'm looking forward to next Tuesday already.
Yeah, I do have to say, sorry to cut you off real quick, Eric, but
go
I
ahead.
had heard I saw that she was only going to be in 1 episode. I'm hoping that's still not true. I'm hoping for the flashbacks, like you were saying. But I had heard a long time ago that she was only going to be in 1 episode. And then I got all nervous because she's in all of the promos.
For months, we've been saying,
for
please don't
months.
let it be one
Yeah,
episode.
I was like, hopefully that was just a rumor I heard that was wrong. And then they killed her. And I was like, fuck, man. I mean, I wasn't as let down because I already had that in the back of my head, but I was really hoping they weren't going to do that. And they did my girl dirty.
Also, for the listening audience, spoiler warning.
Oh right.
Well,
Oops, my bad.
Well, we said
if
we
you-
were going to review it.
Yeah, I mean,
so-
listen, if you're listening to this podcast or watching it on YouTube, like
Yeah.
you know damn well that we're going to be talking about what happened
Yeah.
in the first 2 episodes.
That was
of
also
this
the
show.
first like 5 minutes. So
Yeah. Like,
which I was so bummed.
it's like-
I was like, no, they did it.
And to add to that, like I too was hoping, like, oh man, they got to give her more than just
Yeah.
1 episode, and they didn't even give her an episode; they gave her a
No.
scene.
Yeah.
You know,
And for as
Um,
much hype as they gave her, I really was like, they're not going to fake us out this bad, are they? And sure
in the
enough,
Matrix, it took 3 movies to kill Trinity.
Yeah.
In Star
Right.
Wars, it takes 5 minutes to
Yeah.
kill Master
Excuse
Andara.
me.
That math doesn't check out. Something's wrong with
Yeah.
that.
But I'm still going to keep my fingers crossed. Hopefully that was still a fake out that I saw.
Oh.
It was on IMDb. They said she's just on 1 episode. And I was like,
Yes.
mother. But I'm hoping maybe it's a fake out and she will be in flashbacks. Because my other point with the flashbacks is the meditating master. I forget his name, Torben or Torin or something like that.
Torbut.
Torbut. Yeah.
Is it really?
No,
Eric-
it's not
no.
Torbut.
But Eric immediately called out his fake ass looking thick scruffy beard. We're like, what the hell is that thing? And I was like, well, he's probably going to be in flashbacks too, but he just won't have that weird beard
Right.
thing.
Yeah. Okay. That explains it. Okay. 'cause
Yeah.
I was like my son's theater, high school theater camp probably pull off a better beard than that. But
Dude,
yeah,
that thing
maybe
looked
that's-
like it was glued on.
Yeah.
Like they just picked up like hair from the dog off the floor and they say, hey
From the
buddy, come over
barbershop,
here and
yeah.
just let me just tape this on with scotch tape.
Seriously.
And that'll be your that's probably my biggest nitpick
the beard.
of the episodes.
Eric immediately was like, that's too much.
That
What is
fucking
this?
you know? And as a man who has a beard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I request that if you're going to put it on screen,
Yeah.
You make sure it's movie quality, buddy.
Because this thing bubbled out. I was like, are these extended mutton chops? What is happening?
Oh my God, I've seen better makeup on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
It just didn't make any sense to me. So
the
I
only
was really upset with that.
He was. The only thing that appeased myself with that beard, it was like, all right, that thing's coming off for the flashbacks. It's got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would like to know by how Master Fake Beard got that scar down his his eye, and his eye was all messed up.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. I think so the opening scene I think hits really hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It absolutely does. And I think a lot of people got a preview of this a couple of months ago, maybe, or a month ago. That almost the full scene was there.
Yeah. What movie we saw in theater and we got almost that full scene?
The Phantoms of the Menace.
The Phantoms of the Menace. That's right. Yes.
That's right. Yeah, we went to go see the Phantoms of the Menace. Sans Louis. So sad day.
Yeah.
Move
closer.
But
I don't know why. I don't know why you do that to yourself, though. I mean,
because we like Star Wars and we're not a
because
certified hater like you.
I will
Maybe I can
suffer
just-
through anything for Duel of the Fates. I don't care.
I'd rather hammer my fingernails.
Dude, Duel of the Fates. I'm a little
That's
bit younger
true,
than you
you're
are,
right.
Lewis, so I grew up with them a little bit more.
A little bit.
So maybe that's why I don't hate them as much.
God.
Maybe why do you finish your sentences like you're asking a question? Maybe because I don't hate them as much?
Maybe? Is that possibly the explanation for his haterade?
Don't you not? Do you not like Phantoms of the Menace? Okay, so opening scene, I 100% did not pick up on the revelation that they basically revealed 15-20 minutes into the show that the Dark Jedi that goes in to kill Master Andara is a twin.
Yeah.
And you know how Star Wars loves them twins.
Loves
Light
twins.
side, dark side.
I'm hoping they don't go with the whole twins kissing again in this series, but you know, jury's still out.
You never know.
So
At least this time around, this is straight up in the first one, like they're twins. Okay.
yeah, they're twins.
They
Okay,
know- they know
they're
each other,
twins. They
alright?
know, but they're not
They
going to
know-
make
They
out.
know,
They
they
We
know that
think.
they are twins too. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
good
kind of
God.
called it a little bit early though. I forget what
You did. You did. You were like,
yeah.
she's a twin. Like you were on the couch
Yeah.
just like doing the Leo
the
pointing
Leo thing. Yeah. I forget what tipped me off, but I was like, something's not right here.
Yeah, she did the Mexican whistle.
Uh-huh.
But no, so it's the revelation is that she's a twin. Osha is the good twin.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she
And
was a former
May-
Jedi.
Yeah, she's a former Jedi.
Yeah.
She gets confronted by a couple of Jedi, one Padawan and one Jedi Knight. His name is Yord.
Yord. He was very
His name
Yordy.
is
Yord.
It's Yord.
Yeah,
Yord.
Yord.
But they call him Yod.
Well,
Are they British?
the one girl is British. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
The
I mean,
Padawan.
she's space British.
Yeah. No, but in real life, she's British.
In real life,
Yeah.
she's British.
Yes.
So
That's
Wolverine's
her
daughter is British.
Wolverine's daughter is British.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
her
thought she was
natural
Canadian.
accent.
Anyway, so yeah, she gets confronted by Yord and some nameless Padawan whose name escapes me, and they're like, "Hey, listen, you know, one of our masters got killed, a pretty good one, and guess what? Eyewitness says you're the one who did it.
Mhm.
What are you talking about? I've been on this ship. I'm a micro-mech or mech-mike.
Mech.
Mech. I know. I was like,
She's a mech-mech.
is that really what they're called though? Mech? So I was like, I gotta be hearing this wrong.
I don't know.
According to the subtitles, yes.
It
Which
really
actually
is Mech. Oh
Mech
no.
Mech.
Which actually
Mech.
goes to my other point real quick. I know you're on.
Yeah,
you're
go ahead,
getting
go
out there. But I do like that they brought back some of the prequel aliens
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
But I am a little disappointed that these aliens were not as racist as the Phantom Menace.
That's good.
They're like, oh, where is the trade federation? I'm like, oh, they lost their accents.
I did notice
happened?
that too. I was like, oh, okay, they're not the same.
Where's racist Chinese uncle? See, that's why I hated that movie, man. Sorry. I digress. I'm
That's-
glad we progressed
negotiations
backwards.
are
We're not going to have a Star Wars podcast without Lewis having a tantrum about the prequels. That's just every single pod we
I'm
do
sorry.
about Star Wars. It's going to happen.
I'll get over it eventually. Maybe when
No,
I'm
No, you will not.
No, you will not. I'm calling that
I
right
expect you
now.
to be 97 years old in a retirement home, shitting your adult diaper and saying, the prequels were shit.
Can't believe
Nice.
Jar Jar. They greenlit Jar Jar. Anyway,
Miss, I love you, Lewis.
Aw.
stop it. Oh, the Trade Federation. Where's the outer rims? Sorry. So I think
This
that's why they
one is
called
a
it.
decoy.
Osha is a mech. Anyway,
They went through the ventilation shaft.
Speaking of, as someone who's worked in the building surveying industry, I have to say that when I hear the name OSHA, I think it's the
Oh.
Occupational Safety and
I
Health
forgot about that.
Administration.
That's funny. Aren't you OSHA certified, sir?
I am OSHA certified. I wish I was May certified. Then I'd be from the dark side. So OSHA's the good former Jedi. May is the bad apprentice, acolyte, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, one more thing I want to say about that opening scene, how she doesn't have a lightsaber, but she's clearly using the Force. How badass was that
Yeah,
to see her
yeah.
throwing the knives with the Force? I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
got me. That's cool.
But how much more badass was it that Carrie Ann Moss was like, okay, enough with these
Silly
knives.
little knives.
Silly blades.
Yeah.
Don't you know my saber is made of
Maybe
light?
Gone too soon.
Yeah, and then she gets taken out. Which actually, that's one of my other nitpicks. She, the Jedi are protectors and supporters of peace. So when she throws the knife at the bar, the bartender, she takes all her attention away from the threat.
She should have known it was a trap.
Yeah,
It's a
like
trap.
it's a trap. Like that she's gonna do something, and you're
Yeah.
Trinity. Like, don't let
Yeah.
you're Master Trinity. That's what we're calling her from
Yeah,
now on.
Master Trinity. I
Master
like it.
Trinity.
Well, maybe she pulled an Obi-Wan and purposely got herself killed.
Well, she let herself be stabbed. Obi-Wan had the decency to go invisible before he got sliced in half.
Disintegrate.
Yeah, Carrie Ann Moss just kind of looked at it, and there was some overacting in that scene, I'll admit.
They
Like-
wanted you to feel like you got stabbed in the heart.
Well, I did get
'Cause
stabbed
that's
in the
how I
heart
felt.
because I watched Carrie Ann Moss take a knee like she was Colin Kaepernick in 2016.
That was pretty bad.
She was like, I'm going to take this knee and it's going to have impact. It's going to be the next superhero landing.
Well, I was getting false hope. I was like, maybe this is her gathering the Force up and she's going to somehow heal her wounds.
no.
And nope, they just
Yeah,
kept
you
just
and you
letting
could
her
force heal
die.
through the light side, but
Yeah.
she evidently skipped that day at the Jedi Academy.
Yeah.
And also the part about, protecting yourself from a threat that's
Yeah.
right in front of
Are
you.
you telling me you couldn't have stopped the knife and done a little shield in front of your body?
Yeah. Mr. Floating Scarface guy with the fake beard, he was
Yeah.
able to put a whole shield around
Yeah,
himself, and he's been
exactly.
asleep for a decade.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they
And
kill
he's
off.
and he's using the Force to keep that beard on his face too. So
I know.
he's multitasking. He is
He's
multitasking.
got a lot
You know,
going on there.
that and Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, the more we think, the more you guys talk about it. So I actually, it's funny because on our chat, Tabitha actually brought up Scream a few days ago.
A few
I
days,
wonder. I don't know. I don't know.
Time is no mean.
I wonder if this is kind of like it's culturally ancient history, unfortunately, but like remember when Drew Barrymore was cast front and center on the Scream movies, and she was also killed off in like the first 10-15 minutes, but the purpose being was that like, let's set the example, or let's set the set the stage basically of how important these things are. Like, if this is going to be space martial arts, you get one of the biggest, short of Michelle Yeoh, one of the biggest female one of the biggest female martial artists in the last 2 decades, and you offer. So maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. It doesn't quite hit the same as when Drew Barrymore was killed off in the first montage of Scream. But in both ways, maybe that's what they're trying to do. Again, this is just listening to you guys rant and talk. Like, I think maybe that's what they're going for.
Yeah,
it's like, here's a big name. and there she goes.
Right. Well, it reminds me a lot of Game of Thrones too. Like same thing. Sean Bean was front and center for every single promo for Game of Thrones, and in
I'm
the
still
end,
not
they
over it.
kill
Hold
him.
on.
Like
I
what?
know.
So I think that they're going for that definite shock factor because
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
literally in every promo. Even the banner when you started the episode, she's one
Yeah.
of 3 people on the freaking banner,
Yeah.
and she's in it for
ironically-
5 minutes.
Yeah, and actually, I was just on Instagram.
Way to play with
before,
our emotions.
Yeah, I was just on Instagram, and even the Star Wars official, it's like the Acolyte, and it's her. I'm like,
And it's her. Yeah.
That's false advertisement.
Quit messing with my heart,
She-
Disney. I can't take it.
She got a paycheck for this.
Hey, you know, you're
She's gotten a
right.
big
You're right.
paycheck
You're
for
right.
this.
She did get a paycheck
Yeah.
for this. Disney paid up the
Mhm.
wazoo,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Okay,
I'm sure.
so we killed
Still
Master Trinity, and then they go arrest the occupational. Sorry, let me get the Occupational Safety and Health Administration Jedi, former Jedi, and they put her in jail. They put her in space jail,
In space
floating
jail.
space jail,
Yeah. And,
And
she
what-
has a cute little robot.
and she has a cute
Star
little
Wars
robot.
has to have a cute little robot at
Right.
all times.
Like I feel, that reminded me of Jedi Fallen Order. The,
Yes, you
the droid.
nerd.
Oh,
You're such
you
a
little
nerd,
shoulder
bro.
guy.
Little
I forgot
shoulder
about
guy.
him. I haven't
I
played
wanted
the
to
game.
beat
but-
BD1.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring that up, but I didn't know if you guys played it. Of course, Eric's played
Eric
it.
has,
Never
of
mind.
course.
My
And-
bad.
Who are you
Doy.
talking to,
Yeah,
man?
and I watched
Stupid.
him play a little bit, so I know the characters.
Love that
referencing.
game. Love
Yeah.
that
Love it.
game.
Both games.
Totally right, Eric.
Survivor
That-
and Fallen Order.
That totally that gave it the same vibe. You're right. Yeah, BD1. Yep.
So-
Cal Kestis and BD1. Yep.
So she's in space jail, and the other inmates, they,
Immediately, hey.
Hey. listen, we don't know you, but we're gonna break out. You in? And she's like, nah, man, I trust the Jedi. And they're like, well, you're lost. And so they break out. By the way, the ship that they're on is piloted completely by droids and guarded completely by droids, like they're the Trade Federation or something. And all they do is they get the guy, one of the prisoners just says, okay, I'm gonna turn on my head computer and make the pilots turn off. Like, you couldn't have done that a while ago, man.
I did have a nitpick about that, but then obviously the Jedi are still watching the ship because immediately both escape pods got captured because everybody involved got captured by the
That's true.
Jedi right away.
That's true,
So-
but like the
but
ease of their
yeah.
escape was a little
Yeah.
much for me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, computer guy turns off the droids, and then the snail slug guy in the other cell, he just decapitates the security droid
Yeah.
like nothing. Like, oh, you couldn't have done that earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. And so they escape pods out.
Our girl's still on the ship because she gets betrayed by
Yeah,
another
OSHA
prisoner.
certified
Yeah.
is like, okay, I got to figure out how to get this ship safely on the ground, which she doesn't. She just says, you know what? I'm just going to put my seatbelt on.
Oh, and tuck my head in.
Like, put your head
Tuck
down.
and roll.
Tuck and roll.
It'll save you in
And
a
guess what?
spaceship
This
crash.
ship that burnt through the atmosphere and landed on a snow-covered planet was just fine.
Another nitpick. Maybe because the ship was so big, I was like, nah, that thing would burn up in the atmosphere. Like, that's not gonna work.
It really was big.
Oh.
So, and then like she crashes, and then back at Coruscant, Jedi Temple, you got Rebecca Henderson,
Mhm.
I think, playing Green Master Jedi lady.
Mhm.
She's like, hey, yeah, so we kind of agree with you, Master Soul, that OSHA didn't do this because first
not
they say,
yet,
oh
not
yeah,
yet.
they say, yeah,
Yeah.
go get her.
Yeah.
Go get her. So, Squid Game, Master Squid Game, Master Soul, he's like, okay, I'm gonna take my Padawan and Yord, and they go and get her. And so they fly to the snow planet. They pick her up and say, hey, listen, you need to come with us. And she's like, I didn't do it. It was the one-armed man. And no, she didn't say that. For all those who watch The Fugitive, you know.
Yeah.
So they say, yeah, just come with us. We won't treat you so much like a prisoner. And then while they're on their way back, another murder happens, and it's Master Or which
I think
one?
Torben, right?
Was it Torben?
No, Torben got murdered after.
Yeah. There was an attempt on
there was
Torben.
an attempt.
Okay,
yeah.
so
Yes.
yeah, that's the thing. She infiltrates the Jedi Temple, or one of the Jedi temples, one of the satellite temples.
Yeah. Which, just real quick, I thought was really interesting. Had we ever seen another Jedi temple besides Coruscant?
Yes.
Oh, we have? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So this is too much lore, but
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker in the sequel trilogy was on an island that was supposed to be the original Jedi temple.
But I meant in like our Republic days or whatever.
No.
Okay.
No,
that's what I
everything
thought.
was Coruscant.
Yeah, that's what I
Coruscant,
thought. So I was like, okay,
Yeah,
this is
so-
cool to see this type of stuff like that we've never really seen before. So
Yeah. So
Agreed,
she
yeah,
infiltrates. She infiltrates the temple. Tries to kill Master Fakebeard, and she can't because he's got like this invisible orb around him, and she can't penetrate it. Oh. So she goes to her buddy Jason from The Good Place.
yeah.
Oh god, you
Dude.
saw that too. I love that guy.
No, I love The Good Place, love that guy. And like he's acting the same way, but it's just not clicking in my head. I'm like, who is this guy? So I finally look it up and I'm like, sorry to interrupt, but it's Jason from The Good Place. And Eric's like, yes, it is.
You know, he I knew it wasn't him, but like he was reminding me of the guy who played or the guy that played the Flash in the Flash movies.
Ew, that's
Yeah.
an insult to Jason.
It is an insult to Jason, I know, but like he kind of looked like
I
him.
could see it. He had the stupid emo hair from the Flash and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I could see it, but yeah,
Eric,
no.
Eric was waiting for the Bortles, Jaguars.
Jaguars.
But
So
yeah.
she tries to kill him, goes to Jason from The Good Place, says, "Hey, I need poison," and he's like, "Here, have some poison." And she goes back and like confronts this guy and somehow convinces him to wake up
And drink the freaking poison.
and drink the poison. He comes out of his trance, I guess does away with his protection orb and says, "I've been waiting for you."
Yeah.
And it was kind of creepy the way he said it. Like it was kind of
When you say it-
sexualized.
When
I
you
know,
say it
right?
like that.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, that's how
Eric's
I heard
watching
it.
the
I was just like,
After Dark
are we
version.
are we watching the Showtime version of the Acolyte? Anyway, he drinks the poison and goes
Yeah.
dead. And while he's doing that, Master Squid Game and OSHA Certified and the two other Jedi, they're at the temple about to talk to him, and she finds him dead.
Yeah. Well, she says that when she gives him the poison, something about like, it's the forgiveness you're seeking can be given by me here or something like that. And so when he took the poison, he said, "I'm sorry. I thought we were doing the right thing."
Yeah.
So there's some big act of
Something
betrayal. We don't know what
happened.
happened, but
Something's
he
happened.
clearly thinks that he was in the wrong somehow, even though at the time he thought he was in the right. So
Yeah.
who knows?
So he's dead.
He's dead.
And then they figure out, okay, May is the one who's doing this. Your twin sister is alive.
Mhm.
Come to find out, May thinks that OSHA's dead.
Yeah.
That
so
was
that's one thing
that
we
was
didn't
something.
mention earlier was OSHA saw visions of May like a couple of times. And so I just assumed they were force communicating or, May knew about OSHA. But then, when they finally meet up, May is shocked. And I'm like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. And, I thought May was projecting force images
To
onto
OSHA.
OSHA.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
Lewis? Isn't that
totally-
what you thought?
Yeah, Lewis,
I
what
thought-
was your take on that?
I was gonna say like nobody expects OSHA, because
They come at you when you least expect it.
I'm not forklift certified, so
It's
but
OSHA
yeah,
certified, sir. The two are different. Get it
Those
right.
are
My
two
bad, okay.
different certificates.
I see where you guys are coming from that one. Yeah, like I know the beauty and the opposite, I guess, of force powers is that it could be anything at any time for any story.
Mhm.
So I see what you mean. Like they were establishing that they were able to see each other, or establish that it shouldn't have been a surprise that May's alive. Oh, she's alive. But I don't know. Again, it's one of those like I feel like there's this. I don't want this to sound like we're pooping on this show so far, but I do like that they're teasing just enough. It's a fun
Yeah.
little like it's obviously a murder mystery. So I'm a sucker for a well-made murder mystery.
It's Knives Out with laser swords.
And knives.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
And Jason from The Good Place.
And Jason from The Good Place. And Carrie Ann Moss for 5 whole minutes.
And Master Squid Game.
What more do you want?
I know we haven't talked about that fact. Like Squid Games is on this show. I'm so happy
and
for
he's
him.
great. He's really good. I really like him.
And okay, I know I just made fun of those aliens from the Phantom Menace, but I had a racist moment too because I looked at my wife and I'm like, he speaks English?
Yeah, I didn't know he spoke English either.
You're racist too, Eric.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It is heavily accented, but I think it's really clear.
Hey.
Like, no. But I was just thinking that because normally I have to have subtitles on because I'm deaf anyway. And I'm like,
Okay.
I can actually like understand him.
That's funny because that's what
Yeah.
Eric and Bo say when they talk to me.
Yeah, I need subtitles.
I just one of my favorite memories from this podcast already is Lewis talking to me and Justin and saying, I wish I played basketball like you guys.
I remember that. Yeah.
I wish I played the basketball like you guys.
I'm just here on the bench. I'm watching on the bench.
By far one of the
Classic.
funniest moments of this podcast. By the way, I should mention that we jumped ahead a little bit. We're already in episode 2 talking about like the attempt to capture May. When she's trying to kill Master Fakebeard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So in one of the things we skipped in the first episode was the very end. Another
Oh,
nitpick
yes.
that both you and I have, Tabs, is we get another bad guy with a
Oh.
helmet and a distorted voice.
Mhm.
And it's like, not everybody has to be Darth Vader.
Yeah.
You know? Like you could have a bad guy, like some sort of dark side energy force user to be the antagonist in this, and it doesn't have to mirror Darth Vader. Although this guy sounds like a frat bro.
Yeah.
Like a frat bro with a distorted voice.
Yeah.
The Jedi are dumb and stupid.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're talking about.
I did, like, I let the credits roll for a couple of seconds because I didn't want to shit on it in case Eric was just so overjoyed that he didn't want to hear anything negative.
Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
Yep. But after a couple of seconds, I was like, all right, did we need another helmeted robot voice guy? Like, do we need that?
We did not.
I don't think
We
so.
did not. And
But-
trust me, Darth Vader is my all-time favorite protagonist antagonist.
Yeah.
My favorite superhero ever. But I don't need another
don't need
guy
another
in a
one.
voice. I mean, didn't what's his name? I forget. Andy Serkis's character in the sequel trilogy.
Oh my gosh.
How is his name escaping me?
I know
Kylo
he's a
Ren's master.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it turned out to be
Snoke.
another clone
Snoke!
of Palpatine
Yeah.
anyway. Snoke,
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wasn't Snoke giving Kylo Ren shit for wearing the helmet? Like, do you guys remember that?
I think
Yeah,
I've only
yeah,
seen
yeah.
the
He
movies
said-
once.
Take that ridiculous thing off.
Oh no.
So that's
Yeah,
all I
he-
can think about.
At
He
least
called
he
him
was
out for being a
related to
fanboy.
Vader.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, but like it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like Snoke was calling a spade there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and Kylo Ren took off the helmet and
Mhm.
was like, "Okay, I'll talk like this then." So, but then we go to this show and we get another
one.
distorted helmet voice
Another
guy.
one. So as soon as the credits rolled on episode 1, I had a problem with that. I was like, ugh, okay, we could be a little more original here. But I did like in episode 2, they explained it because Sir Squid Games tried to read her mind. and he's like, oh, he's even hidden his own identity from you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a purpose to the helmet and the voice changing, but still.
Yeah. And you know what? That actually makes sense.
It makes it better.
It does make sense. Like, I think so. Vader wore his helmet because he got barbecued.
Yeah.
Right.
That
little thing.
Kylo Ren was wearing his helmet because he was a fanboy.
He was a
Well,
huge
that's his
fanboy. That's exactly
grandpa.
what it was.
Yeah. And then this new guy, 100 years before both of them,
Mhm.
is wearing his helmet to disguise his identity. So I think that's going to be like a big reveal
Yeah.
down the line.
Well, now I'm nervous. Is somehow Palpatine back? Like, please don't let this be Palpatine.
100 years.
Please.
It's supposed to be 100 years before
Yeah,
Palpatine.
but dudes lived 200 years already, like through clones and shit. So
I highly doubt it.
I know.
The one thing that I would welcome, though, have you ever heard
oh
of
my
the
god.
Darth Plagueis the Wise?
I mean, it's got to be somewhere around that time period,
Well,
right?
here's my thing, and this is like my biggest takeaway from this series so far. Remember before when I was saying we don't know if this is Sith related?
Mm-hmm. Well, but now we do because he had a red lightsaber.
That doesn't mean
matter.
anything.
Oh, okay.
It just means dark side.
Yeah.
The Sith,
Oh, that's true. The Sith are a separate, like.
yeah. So we still don't know if it's Sith related because at the very beginning the title or not the title but the introduction at the very beginning, the first 3 sentences say that the Jedi have experienced peace for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
So now we have dark side Force users coming up, but they don't mention Sith.
Yeah.
They don't mention Sith at all in that introduction. They say that dark side users or people are practicing the Force and the dark corners in secret.
Right.
Now, what does that mean? I don't know. Or does it just mean dark Jedi? Does it mean Sith? I have no idea at this point. And my concern is that it's leaning towards it not being that.
Not the Sith?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, I mean, the Sith have been around this entire time. The Jedi just didn't know about it. They were hiding.
Yeah, they
So
were
it
like
could be.
in terms of the continuity.
Yeah.
They've been hiding.
Because didn't she call him Master?
She did call him Master, but that doesn't
know that
necessarily mean
I know.
Sith.
But still,
I don't know.
guess we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. And
Yeah.
if they don't answer that question, I'm going to be
No,
upset.
they have to.
I mean,
they
but
know
how
their
do they?
fandom.
How do they not? Like, how do they not? How do
Yeah.
you? Here's the thing. Like, I'm still holding on to hope that Darth Bane is going to somehow be an inspiration to these people.
Yeah.
Because again, he was the rule of 2. And what do we have here in the Acolyte?
Mhm.
You have a master and you have an apprentice.
Well, and for listeners who don't know the extended lore like Eric does, Darth Bane was a Sith from back in the day.
1,000 years.
And he established the rule of 2. He made that the thing that the Sith became. So, not quite canon because they put that in the extended universe, but we're still hoping.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was Clone Wars had Darth Bane in an episode.
Oh, they did. That's right.
They
yeah,
did.
he is
They
canon.
did. Yoda confronted his Force
tomb.
ghost.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about
Really?
that.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't see that, Lewis?
No.
Yeah,
I gotta
okay.
rewatch it, dude.
No, I'm gonna send you that episode. In fact, I'm just gonna send you the clip of the scene, or I'll just go with Bo's recommendation.
YouTube it. I hate that we know that.
Yeah, seriously. But no, like Bane is
I
very
forgot.
prominently featured in that episode,
Yeah.
and Yoda calls him, "You are Darth Bane."
Yeah.
He calls him by name.
So yeah, this could be the way that they
Maybe,
introduce him.
perhaps.
Or
I didn't
introduce him.
necessarily enjoy the design of Bane. He just looked like an old samurai.
Yeah.
And I love me some samurai. We just watched Shogun.
Yeah.
Toranaga-sama.
Oh my God, Lewis. This is all
I'm-
I've been hearing for weeks now. Everything.
Anjin.
Oh my goodness.
Mariako.
Oh boy.
Buntaro Naga. Sorry.
All right,
Like,
yeah, we're
I'm
gonna
sure
have to
at some
do
point you're insulting something.
I don't care. I love that show and I love the way they sound. Absolutely adore it. A+. Anyway, Star Wars.
Space Samurai.
All right, Space Samurai, Darth Bane, according to Clone Wars, but in the extended universe, he was covered in obelisks and had a cage around his head. Anyway, neither here nor there. I'm just hoping that the Acolyte is actually based on Sith lore and not
Just some random
just
people
some
that
random
are
guys who are like,
digging
"Hey,
around.
I hate the Jedi and I just want to get them back, and I know how to use the Force too."
Yeah.
Like that's that's going to be underwhelming.
Yeah. Although a point to that though, because we were saying we didn't really care for the dude with the helmet and the robot voice. We're like, look at Balin. We loved Balin, and he didn't need anything
Yes.
flashy. He was just, I guess, more of a dark leaning Jedi. I don't know if he was strictly Sith.
I believe he would be considered a gray Jedi.
Gray Jedi. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's not canon yet, though, right? Because the gray, I haven't read it, but I have heard of the concept of gray Jedi.
Yeah, I don't
That
think-
is not canon.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't
It's
think
not
they
canon.
even said about him really. Like,
That's why I said technically considered
Yeah.
a gray Jedi, but no, it's very much outside of canon. But yeah, Balin was one of those guys who was just like, I'm sick of the Jedi, I'm sick of the
Yeah.
Sith. I just want to destroy the Force, and I want to leverage it until I can do that.
yeah,
You know?
Yeah, well, going back to the rule of two thing, I mean, maybe it is hinting at it because I don't know if you guys saw from even the intro of the show how they stylized the word acolyte. There's two
you're right.
O's, two
Uh-huh.
two circles.
Yeah, there's a red one and a blue one, right?
Right, two concentric
Yeah.
circles where the O is. So I
did
mean,
notice that.
subtle, but like okay,
Yeah.
maybe
And
it-
could
it
be a
is, I mean, and of course,
twin bee,
twins, doy.
yeah.
So it's
always.
like, yeah.
No, I like it. Well, and that's what I like. I think we're supposed to be speculating about what it's
Mhm.
about. Like even hardcore lore masters like Erik can speculate about all kinds of things, and then people that don't know as much, like us, we're like, I don't know, I'm just here for a good time.
I'm just here for good.
Now, yeah, if Darth Frat Bro ends up being anything other than a Sith, I will have notes.
Okay,
I will have
we'll see.
notes.
What if it's Carrie-Anne Moss's evil twin?
Uh,
Darth Trinity.
which is actually a pretty good name, actually, Eric. I
Dude,
like that one.
right?
You should,
Darth Trinity?
yeah,
Might be
copyright
my
that.
mashup
guys.
Copyright that, dude.
Uh-oh. Eric
Kinda.
wants to be alone for 5 minutes, guys.
Kind of lightheaded.
Oh,
He needs a smoke. He needs a smoke. Hold on.
Anyway, so at the end of episode 2, they confront May, and Master Squid Game is the one that confronts her.
and they have another martial arts fight.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
and he makes a point to say, "You are attacking me with no weapon. Why?" There's something there's something of importance in
Yeah.
relation to that.
Well, do you remember? I guess she was saying, so there's 4 Jedi that she's on a mission to kill. And apparently, according to her master, in order to pass some test he set for her, she has to kill one of them without using a weapon. I'm like, well, what does that mean? Does that mean, was the poison a weapon? Is
Yes.
the Force a weapon?
Yeah, she went because when she went to Jason from the Good Place, she said, "I need a weapon," and he's like, "Aren't you supposed to not do that?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Listen, I still got 2 other Jedi to go. Just
Yeah.
let me do me the solid. I need to do it my way."
But I have a question. How do you kill someone without a weapon then?
You beat their head in.
Oh, shit.
You just bump, bump, bump. I mean, you saw how she was like trying to penetrate the orb. Oh,
Ugh.
I like how Lewis is just like prolonged. That's how we talk in the Philippines.
It's with an accent, exactly.
So she tried to penetrate the orb by punching it. Like she was just like, "I'm gonna punch this guy," and like, no, Master Fake Beard has his protective orb to keep you from punching him.
Yeah. That's
So-
pretty violent for a Star Wars movie. Punch someone to death?
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. I welcome it.
You got John Wick
Star
a little
Wars?
bit for there.
Star Wars is all about inclusivity. Let's include gory violence.
Yeah, punching fools to death. Let's do it.
I mean, we did see some blood. Carrie-Anne Moss blood.
Yeah, there was
Normally
a
you
little
don't
blood
really
on
see
her
blood,
clean
so-
white and yellow robes. Yeah. By the way, the white and yellow robes, I'm digging them.
Are
Yeah,
you? I was
I'm
thinking I
digging
don't
'em.
really care for him.
Really?
I miss the brown.
Yeah, the brown I think is dirty. And that's
It
saying
suits you
something
more.
coming from a brown guy. Lewis knows.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But
Nothing wrong
like there's some sort of like elegance and prominence
Well,
to the white.
I guess it
and
fits.
yellow.
You married a white girl. I married a brown boy. So
You're into
we
brown.
have
I'm into white.
preferences.
There you go.
There you go.
Everybody has their likes.
Makes a lot of sense now, guys.
Yeah, it's all coming together. So another thing I wanted to point out is that the Jedi they're like cops, right? They're very much police squad
yeah.
in this iteration of Star
I like
Wars.
them more in this version than like because we just recently watched episode 1, and they're more of like a peacekeeping.
Keepers of the peace.
Yeah.
Whereas these
and
guys,
we don't interfere.
yeah. Whereas these guys are like, we have somebody in custody.
Yeah.
There's strong evidence against her. Okay, Sergeant. Like, calm down now. But yeah, I thought that was a change, and I think it's a welcome change. Like, it's not like veering completely off from the keepers of the peace. They still, keep order. But another interesting thing that I thought I heard was Jason from The Good Place saying, the Jedi, justify their power by, yada, yada, yada. And I think that's like, that really is what Star Wars and the Force is all about. Like, you have the Jedi, who's supposed to be the good guys. But as we saw in Ahsoka, like the Republic, the new Republic that they created, like to a lot of people still seemed like the Empire because, yeah, we're going to be nice about it, but we have all these rules and you have to follow them or else.
Yeah.
Or we're going to literally brainwash you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And that is one thing from the extended lore that I really liked. And it helped me realize like, oh, the Jedi are not pure white, like at all.
No.
One of Eric's absolute favorites, Darth Revan, fell to the dark side, came back to the light side. But when he came back, they freaking brainwashed him. Like they didn't have him come over through his own means. They brainwashed him. And I was like,
they erased his
so
memories.
We're going to erase your memories, force you to be part on our side again. And also we kidnap babies. Like forcefully.
That little thing.
That little thing. You know?
But it's
what
for the
what
good.
murders? What
Keepers
murders?
of the peace. Come on.
What kidnap babies?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Pretty good.
Like,
growing up.
Look at this light sword. What?
What? Distraction.
I know. Distraction.
I should have brought the lightsabers.
Oh, we should have. Next time.
I am so stupid. Anyway, so they confront May, have their little kung fu fight. I'm digging it.
Amazing, by the way. Yeah.
Great
choreography.
The fight choreography is probably the best thing about this show.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
Like,
well,
that was
again, to
great.
go back to my girl Carrie, like she wasn't even hitting her at some point. She would literally just dodge and do a this, like
lift
block,
the foot
yeah.
out of the way.
Yeah,
Like
like,
it was
ah.
great.
beautiful.
Really good fight choreography. And if fight choreography isn't an Emmy or Oscar award, it
What are we
needs to
doing?
be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
we're
doing?
What
doing
are we
things
doing?
all wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it. If Godzilla could win an Academy Award, fight choreographers in Star Wars can do it too.
If the
Yeah.
Oscars want more of an audience, bring in categories like that. I'd watch
Mhm,
that.
mhm,
I'd watch
mhm.
that too.
Yeah.
Just
I
that.
don't need foreign short film. No, I'm
No.
good.
No.
Or best
Whatever
shoe
guy in
design.
France who made that,
Yeah.
he could.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Award the guy who fell in John Wick 4
Yeah.
like down the stairs for like half an hour. That guy needs it.
Still haven't watched John Wick 4.
I
Oh my
know. This
God.
guy.
But
well,
no, remember you told me to watch John Wick 2 before the party?
That's true. You're right. And you did.
I did.
so.
we did.
Yeah.
I made him do it. We
I
did
did.
it. Yeah. So now we just
You
got
didn't
3
make
and
me.
4.
I was the one who recommended we watch it.
Because the whole time we've been together, I'm like, babe,
She just wants
you
credit
love
for it.
action. How have you not seen these movies? I don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
understand.
Anyway, all right.
Whatever. So, yeah, May gets away. May lives to play another day.
Well, because her sister, she sees her for the first time and she's like, oh shit, she's alive.
Mhm.
And then her sister like fake shoots her, obviously misses.
Mhm.
Is it like a on purpose miss?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Stormtrooper status. So it's just like, how terrible.
Well, it was because it was on stun. Like you saw the
Yeah.
stun ring, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like supposed to kill her.
But, the ship boat thing's right here and she goes all the way up there. Like
I know she's like
okay.
20 feet away.
Yeah.
Like it's a bad aim,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oops.
Oopsies. And like, wasn't it Yord Ford or Yord?
Yord.
Yord. Said earlier, what if they're working together?
He did say that. I don't think they are. That's not what I'm getting out of this right now because they both seem shocked to see each other.
Well, yeah, they were shocked to see each other. Yes,
Yeah.
but like, She missed on purpose.
She did, but
But there's
that's-
also like
her
that's
twin
my sister.
Yeah,
okay,
that she hasn't
makes
seen in
sense.
16 years. But also, we haven't touched on this plot point yet. May murdered her entire family with a fire. So
Apparently so.
She was a psycho at what 4 or how old were they? 10? I forget how
8.
old. 8.
Yeah.
She was a psycho at 8 years old.
Hey, listen,
Set
kids like playing with matches.
Fire to the family.
Yeah.
Even in the outer rims.
Yeah. Yeah, they're psychos out there in the outer rim.
kidding.
So May gets away. And what happens next?
And then we get the Jedi Chewbacca.
Oh yeah,
I'm so
Wookiee.
excited. I am so
Yeah.
excited.
Wookiee Jedi.
Wookiee Jedi.
So they go to a planet that's not Kashyyyk.
No.
But I think it starts with a K. I forget the name of the planet. And there's a couple of scavengers there. They see a ship. They're like, "Oh, we could take apart the hyperdrive for parts." And then all of a sudden, the Wookiee shows up, and they point their blasters at him, and he's just like takes
And
the
then
blaster away.
fucking smashes
Then
the
snaps
gun
it in half.
I was like, hell yeah, this
Oh,
is my new
man.
favorite.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was
That's
absolutely
insane,
awesome.
dude.
Dude.
That was
It's the
great.
little things. It's the little things. I
Yeah.
know. Was it Rebels or was it Clone Wars that they introduced? Like in the Jedi Academy, they did have the Wookiees, or they
I
had a
thought
Wookiee.
I'd seen a Wookiee Jedi before.
but seeing it in live action is just
seeing
Live
it live
action
action
stuff.
was cool.
By the way,
just
that's the
makes
same
sense.
actor. That's the same actor who played Chewbacca in Solo,
Oh, fun. Okay.
And,
oh, good for
uh,
him. Okay.
yeah.
and Chewbacca in the sequel trilogy.
Oh, sweet. I know. I'm set. Our dog's name is Chewbacca, so that's the only way I can pronounce that name from now on. I'm like, no, wait, that's not his name. It's Chewbacca.
His name is Junis Suotamo.
Oh, good
He's
for him.
he's a big white guy from like Sweden or something.
Good for him. Although the other live action Wookiee we've gotten lately was
Oh
The
yeah,
the bounty
From
hunter in
Boba
in
Fett.
Boba Fett. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Blackford one. He was cool.
Yes.
I liked
I
him a
like
lot.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that was rad. But
Yeah.
it would be nice if he could use the Force,
And this one can.
and
And
this one
smash
can.
guns in half. I was just
Yes.
like, hell yeah.
And then the scavengers run away. He goes into his busted down ship, and then end credits.
Credits. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep. Well, and
That's it.
Eric kind of got faked out because that planet looked like the one where we saw there was a massive lightsaber fight. So Eric's like, "Oh, this is gonna be
where
the
we're
fight."
yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, "Nah, the episode's almost over. They're only
It's
half
too
an
soon.
hour." So credits roll, and Eric's like, "What?"
Not happy about that.
I was like, "We already got a martial arts fight. We're
Yeah.
not going to get another one."
They only have enough budget for one fight.
Yeah.
They only have enough
Speaking-
budget for 6 shows, and this pisses me off.
Yeah, but speaking of budget, I love how great this show looks. Like real
Yeah.
sets, not a ton of CGI. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they saved the CGI for the space travel.
and the creatures, like
Yeah,
some of them, but some of them are practical effects. Like
Yeah.
the bubble
Mhm.
dude that we first met, he was practical. I was like, okay, this is Star Wars.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Like
I do
have
appreciate that. Yeah.
I have a large appreciation for practical effects, and when they have real sets, like real world sets. Like I
Yeah.
know they're like built sets, but they shoot them outside, and
Yeah,
it's
just-
not inside a warehouse somewhere in
Yeah,
Van
it's not a
Nuys.
giant CGI screen behind him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it just looks
That's
so much better.
So much better.
I get more sucked in.
Or as Lewis would say, ooh. Philippines. No, I won't shut up. I love you. Mahal kita. So here's a nitpick that I have outside of the show. Critics so far, from what I've seen, have kind of shat on it.
Oh, okay.
IGN, for example, and I'm going to call them out here, gave it a 6 out of 10. They give it a D.
Yeah. A 6. Are you kidding me?
That
Who the
was not a
hell's-
6.
No, not at all. And then Eric and I were talking about this earlier. X-Men 97,
Uh-oh.
we're not jazzed about. I know
Uh-oh.
Lewis is, so
Lewis,
I'm trying to be careful.
You're going to trigger Lewis.
But they gave that a 10.
Look at he's throwing up. his
Why is
hands.
that getting a 10 and the Acolyte's
How are we
getting
on the
a
same
6?
show? How are we on the same show? I am pulling what's left of my hair.
You have a lot of hair, sir.
Thank
would.
you.
You're still doing well.
I am jelly of the
Ugh.
mop top.
Well, I can't grow this, so I guess God
Ah.
said, "Here, have this."
You get one or the other.
So yeah, we'll. I think we'll have to do a did we like it or not MeeVees episode of X-Men '97.
Yeah.
Like the entire first season, and Lewis will have to be on to give his side, and we will have to give our side and our
Yeah,
explanations.
he
already torched my tweet.
I know.
I can't believe I read that.
That
I can't believe I read
Read
that.
with my own eyes.
The tweet, like the response tweet from him, even looked angry.
I don't know how
Feel
that
the
works.
anger
It's
from
the
here.
same font, but it's still like
This is a
mad.
horrible take, is what he led it with.
I just love the way that he communicates. Like even in our group chats, he'll say something and I can just hear him saying it. It's magic.
This is fucking stupid.
This is so stupid. You sit on the bench. You're not playing. You're out of the game. No game for you.
No game for you.
Okay, so let's give our own 10 score.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tabs, ladies first. You go.
Probably an 8. I was gonna go a 7, but it's really good. I'm really enjoying it.
Why would you think 7?
Carrie Ann Moss, they did me dirty.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
since Carrie Ann Moss
Yeah,
died in
that's
5
an
minutes,
automatic point reduction.
Master Trinity's death.
Yeah. I just, again, I'm glad that I saw that thing. So I was a little prepped for it. I was still hoping it was a fake out. But if I didn't know going in that she was going to die that quickly, I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
Probably would have ruined the rest of the episode for me.
You know what? 20 years ago? No, not 20 years ago. The 90s. You would have been really pissed because we didn't have the internet to look up one episode on
Yeah,
IMDb.
exactly. So I
Like,
think
she would have been fucking revolting.
I really think I would have been angry enough it would have ruined the rest of the episode. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that got ruined for me. Still hoping that we get the flashbacks. But yeah, they lose a point because they killed my girl.
Okay, so but it's an 8.
But it's an 8. I'm enjoying it. I want to see where it's going to go. I'm enjoying the mystery part of it. Even our, Darth Vader wannabe dude.
Darth Frat Bro.
Darth Fat Bro. Yeah. No, I'm liking it. And it looks great. And it just, like you said, all the little things. Like this feels like the Star Wars that I know and love. Of course, everything has its issues, but
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this version very much.
Okay. Lewis, what about you?
Yep.
Out of 10.
Out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm not as generous yet. I want to see where it goes. Just because, like, I think, unfortunately, like, yeah, some of the production value, like, you guys are like the weird beard situation.
Yeah. Like, why?
Master Weird Beard.
Yeah,
There we go.
Jason.
That's
Jason
his
from the Good Place, looking like a little bit like emo Flash
Jason's
over there.
wig was bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, I like Tabitha said, I'm a sucker for obviously we love this universe, the whole thing, and anytime you can give me a different corner of it, give me a murder mystery instead of the straightforward, like, we're gonna
Another
action this
Skywalker
out,
saga.
like, another corner of the Star Wars saga, or nothing against the Mandalorian either, but like, I get it, you're orphaned and your adopted father, good job. But but even then, like, that's what kind of kept, that's what made the Mandalorian so fresh and such a great entry into the Disney Plus universe, is that, we're going full cowboy, like, father
Western.
and son, Western theme here.
Yeah,
And this one
I
is
was digging
they're not explicitly, and of course I don't want to say it's just because the main actor is a Korean, but like, it's obviously feeling very like, Legends of Kung Fu or like martial arts and mystery kind of thing. So I like it. I'm not sure if it's funny, Eric even mentioned Shogun, but I wonder if it has anything of that influence to it. But like, I like this kind of corner of this universe. It's in the past, so unless they hella shoehorn, like, this is like a Skywalker
God, if they do that, I will revolt.
descendant. I'm like, no, let's not do that.
No.
So
No.
I'm excited to finally let's break out of that. Like, I think this is what I liked about Rebels.
Mhm.
You mentioned that already. Like, they had Vader in like the finale of season 2, season 1, but that's it.
They had Vader in the first couple episodes of season 2, and then in the
Right.
finale.
But like 85% of that show is strictly, the cast of the Rebels, which is great. So I'm looking forward to this one doing the same thing, and hopefully, like, we'll get to a fulfilling ending. And I guess my only curiosity too is like, again, ironically, I just said like maybe I'm glad it doesn't have anything to do with the Skywalkers, but ironically, yes, I'm being hypocritical here. It's like I wonder how it's gonna tie into the Star Wars that we know now.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if they're gonna like Eric said, like this is the Darth Bane thing where they introduce the rule of two. Is this something that's gonna lead into what the Empire or what the Jedi or what the Sith are gonna be in like 100 years or so that we know and love? So yeah, I'm wondering how much of it's gonna play into the current timeline or our present kind of thing. So
I do.
Anyway,
I think they're probably gonna do a Skywalker name drop, but it might be some little kid. And then that'll be it. That's all I'm hoping. Like, oh, there goes Bob Skywalker. And then that's it.
Smee Skywalker's grandfather, Bob. He's a moisture farmer on some sort of planet.
If they decide to incorporate it, again, this is 100 years before all that. So hopefully if they do it, that's all they do. Like, there goes little Bob. And
well,
we move on.
If you think of it, like 100 years only means like 3 generations, right?
Right.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
Yeah. So see,
grandma,
like it's conceivable.
Yeah. But let's hope
Let's not. Yeah, let's not.
We've done the Skywalkers. We appreciated the Skywalkers.
Yeah.
There are even Skywalkers who aren't really Skywalkers. They're really Palpatines. So we don't need any more Skywalkers.
Agreed.
And I'm willing to let go of the whole, helmet distorted voice thing because he's hiding his.
They made it better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
like,
justified it.
Exactly. I'm like, all right.
They've justified the helmet and the distorted voice. So I'm with it. So you give it a 7, you give it an 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be the highest one out of all of us, guys. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Okay. I was like, you're going 9?
No,
okay.
I didn't go 9.
Yeah.
I didn't go 9. I mean, jury's still out though with the entirety of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we get through the season and they really land the plane like nice and smoothly, no turbulence whatsoever.
Yeah.
I may just bump it up to a 9.5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, this score is just for the 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So
This so far. So like our instant reactions are 7, 8, 8.5. And I give an 8.5 for a few reasons. I got my space wizards. Okay. I got my laser swords. All right. I got a yellow lightsaber from Yod.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
That was cool.
And just like their ability to still surprise with the revelations with the twin. Like I know the twin has been beaten to death in Star Wars, but like I did not see that coming. Even after you said, "Oh, she's a twin," I'm like, "Oh, she could be right, but yeah, probably not." And then you were 100% right, and I was like, "Oh, I've been surprised by a twist in a Star Wars show. All right, I'm down with it." I think there's a lot of mystery surrounding Darth Frat Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really intrigued with what his story is, what he's about, what his connection to May and OSHA certified are.
Mm-hmm.
What did he have to do with the fire that happened on their home planet?
Did he corrupt May as a child?
Yeah. Did he start the fires himself and murder the family and then separate the twins to make them to drive them towards like, my family is dead, my sister is gone, and like try to manipulate one of them into being his apprentice? That's a Sith thing.
Yeah. That is a nitpick that I didn't mention quite yet. Because Sir Squid Game said like, "Oh no, I watched her die. She died." I'm like, aren't you force sensitive enough? Clearly she's force sensitive. Like
they're supposed to feel each other.
Exactly. So wouldn't he feel if she were still alive? That was my only nitpick.
Well,
clearly
she mentioned he said that like
he watched
OSHA,
her die.
Well, he mentioned like OSHA, like when the ship crashed. They were saying like, we don't even know if she survived the crash.
Oh, no,
and Master Squid Game was like, no, I know she's alive.
Yeah.
I could feel it.
Yeah. So that was my only thing. Like he literally said he watched May die, but somehow couldn't feel her force.
The thing about the dark side too is that it clouds.
Yeah.
Like you can't like they use the dark side energy to cloud
Maybe she's
the
already
future.
corrupted. Okay.
Maybe she was already corrupted. We don't know. I think that kind of stuff is going to develop as we go
Okay.
forward, and we're going to find out who Darth Frat
Yeah.
Boy is.
Because that was a nitpick. Like, he could sense OSHA, but couldn't sense the child, who clearly has a ton of force like powers. So
Lewis is laughing every time I say Darth Frat Boy.
Hey, we got to give him a name like
Yeah,
Darth
it's-
Chad or something.
Darth Chad.
Darth Chad.
I like it. Darth Chad.
Until he's named otherwise.
Sounds like a Chad to me.
Darth
Looks like a
Chad.
Chad.
Oh, by the way, I looked up the name of the Wookiee planet, Kofar.
Cool.
Oh.
K. I knew it started with a K.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Khofar. Kofar.
Yeah. And that's what I'm liking. Would we get like 4 or 5 different planets already?
Mhm,
It's only been
mhm.
2 episodes.
Yeah, they're all over
Like,
the place.
Yeah.
They're
and
like, hey, let's travel the galaxy
Yeah.
and keep peace alive.
I'm liking it.
I'm digging it too. So 7, 8, 8.5.
Mhm.
This show officially gets a Staches and Glasses thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't wait for. I think are they doing it every Wednesday? I don't even know.
Every Tuesday?
Is it every Tuesday? I mean, I remember like with other shows they've premiered it on a
Oh,
Wednesday
God.
and then they do
Yeah.
it on a Friday.
Yeah, no, they did that to us with Godzilla, the Monarch show. It was like
Yes.
Wednesday,
Yeah, we were like,
Friday.
we didn't know when was what and what was which. When does Acolyte stream?
Well, I
'Cause I
know
was
the
gonna say
last
broadcast.
good show that Disney had, X-Men 97, the good show,
Mm.
came out every Wednesday. If you had taste, you'd know that.
Well, we did watch the entire series, so
We
it's
did.
not like we like watched a couple episodes and said, "Oh, we're out." We sat through the whole thing.
I think we should break this down though, because there's a
We
lot
should
to
absolutely
it.
break
Yeah,
it down.
And we can hear Lewis's.
The Summer of MeeVees
Wrongness.
continues.
Yes.
With Luis Sayo.
So I was gonna ask, are we gonna wait till the rest of the season's done to give like our final overview, or are we gonna do every 2 episodes? What are you guys thinking?
I don't know. I have to find out how much time I have to record podcasts and lock down Lewis for
On a
night.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
I know.
Because
Yeah.
realistically, I'd want to get it up like the same night that
Yeah.
the show streams.
Yeah, you would.
Get it up the same night.
At
but,
our
you know,
age, that's great.
That's an accomplishment.
we need the blue pill. So, but yeah, we'll play it by ear. Like
Yeah, I was just curious.
if we like, because I think we're all gonna watch it every Tuesday, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like Lewis, you're
I'm
on
in.
that.
Oh yeah,
If-
I'm watching it one way or another. Yeah.
Yeah, if we all watch it and we're all on our text chain like talking, maybe it's time we jump on the pod at that
Yeah.
point. Like I think it might be mandatory, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But there will be more MeeVees episodes because I'm saying it now. It's the Summer of MeeVees.
God, there's so much we didn't even
So
talk about in
much.
the movies.
So much stuff coming out this summer. We got just to revisit our draft.
Mhm.
Deadpool and Wolverine
On my
Mhm.
birthday.
on your birthday. We've got Game of Thrones coming out later or
I'm so
next
excited.
month?
week.
Yeah.
Next week.
The Boys is coming out.
The Boys
in a
is
couple
coming out.
weeks.
We just watched Clipped, which wasn't in our MeeVees draft, but we sat through the first episode and I'm digging it.
Clipped was good.
Oh, wait, have you guys seen Furiosa?
No, not
no,
yet.
we haven't
Have
seen
you?
Furiosa. Did you?
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay. What's your just real quick hot take? Do you love it? Is
Go
it great?
see it.
Okay.
Go see
Okay, we
it.
need to go see it.
Okay. I
Go
heard
see
a
it.
couple of things that I haven't told Eric about. They were slight spoilers from a different podcast I listened to, but I was like, that doesn't really bother me. Like, I still want to see it. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll make some time to go see that in theaters.
Okay.
Before they push it on the streaming services. in 2 weeks.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, yeah. Okay, my hot take is it's gonna be just like Fury Road. Go see it in theaters while you can, because
yeah.
it's like, yeah,
it's meant to be seen on the screen.
you
like that.
gotta feel the engines revving, in IMAX or whatever
Yeah,
that thing
no,
is.
you
Yeah,
have
so
to for
yeah.
sure. God, and then in August is Alien Romulus.
Romulus.
Yeah.
Someone
Um,
should do a super cut of just like people running and scared, and then they just cut to scenes from Succession. They just go to
of
Roman.
Romulus.
Romulus. But yeah, so we have a whole lot of TVs and movies, or
Yeah.
otherwise known as MeeVees, to talk about this summer. So clear up your schedule, Lewis. We're gonna need some discussion time.
let's do it.
Yeah,
excited
Doctor
for
Who
the-
episode.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Gotta do that. I'm excited for House of Dragons, to be perfectly honest. I saw the
Yeah.
trailers again. So good.
So
Yeah.
good.
And like you mentioned, like Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I totally forgot. Jeffrey Dean
It's gonna
Morgan
be in The
is
Boys.
is
I
gonna be in The
forgot
Boys,
about
dude.
that. Yeah, we just saw the trailer and I was like, oh my God, I love
Yeah,
him.
the dude is the new Sean Bean. He's
I
in like
love
every
him.
pop cult. He's in like every nerdy pop.
Sean
pop.
Bean.
Sean
Yeah,
Bean.
dude.
Sean Bean.
Yeah.
I thought you
Sean
said
Bean.
Sean
Oh,
Dean.
Sean Bean.
I hate
Who
you.
is Sean Bean?
I hate you. Do I need
love
do I
Jeffrey
need
Dean
captions?
You might.
Yeah. Can you just walk around with captions? That'd be great.
Our editor is going to create captions for this. I'm
Thank
kind
you.
of curious as to what he's going to put for you.
Oh boy.
Sean Bean and Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
All right, guys, we got to get out of here.
All right.
Lewis, anything you want to plug?
Well, if you like how my conversation here, listen to me and other friends of mine from college at the Two Fanboys and the Filthy Casual. I promise we're not overstepping boundaries. That's the beauty of pop culture nowadays, is that there's so much content that this conversation today. The other podcast, we're not even talking about it like for a while, because they like Star Wars, but not as Star Wars. My lord, they like Star Wars, but obviously not as much as you guys and as we do. So
Yeah.
if you like your pop culture, listen to us, Two Fanboys and the Filthy Casual. Find us on Spotify.
All right. And wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes, sir.
I guess that's
it.
something you're supposed to say as a podcast.
My bad. Yeah.
Tabs, anything you want to plug?
No.
Say hi to somebody.
Hi, Dad. No. No, just shout out to you and how wonderful it is to be able to be a giant nerd with you, because God knows I am. So it's just really exciting to talk to you guys about stuff.
Yeah,
that I
this summer is
love.
going to be great.
Yeah.
This summer is going to be great. Make sure you follow us on the social medias, Staches and Glasses Pod or Stache Glass Pod, one of the two. Just search Staches and Glasses Podcast. You'll find us. We're on Twitter. X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all over the place. This is going up right away. So if you're listening to it, thank you. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're a hater, thank you, because as Justin said, any pub is good pub.
Oh, boy.
Thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
our pleasure.
Mm.
Let's go.